well, I'm going to take a second to introduce myself and also explain this next project that I did in California, in Santa Clarita. It happens to be the world's most elaborate residential swimming pool, and it was in the June 21st, 1994 National Enquirer, and of course you can see maybe from this photo it has quite an elaborate job. It has tunnels and bridges and caves and water slides, and anyway, you're going to see the segments that were on the news, KTLA and also Good Morning America, and also some progress photos, and so we're going to cut to those right now. Progress photo here shows the concrete columns and the steel rebar. That's how I shape it and create the dimensions and the size and the height, and also the steel reinforcing. And then from there I put a backing behind it, and then a wire netting on top of that, and then I shoot it with gunite, and it creates a shell, which you're going to see on the next photo. Get it to this stage, and this is the rough coat. This is before I actually put the texture on it, so that the texture is actually what I color and makes the rock look like real rock. So this is just the underlying base coat. And I also left segments in between right here for natural rock. This is another progress shot. Anyway, the video you're going to see is going to be the actual clip from Good Morning KTLA and also Good Morning America. And Steve Ehrenberg, by the way, is the pool builder, and he hired me to do the water feature, and this is all my design and my technique.
So David, how long until you're done with this?
About a month. You're down the hill? First we should do this up, all this stuff first. Drain that pond. Of strata formation, make it look a little aged. Fatiguing the rock, basically is what it's called.
Is this a technique that you came up by yourself?
Well, kind of industry standard, but some people do it better than others.
Is this a technique of your own?
Yeah.
Cool. So it'd be virtually impossible for anyone to really know how to do this except for you. Anyone just go out and buy these?
No,
Oh, okay. And who makes them? Yeah.
Consideration in the Guinness Book of World Records.
It's 4,000 square feet of Arizona sandstone swimming hole.
It took 2.5 years to put together, and it also took, including all the equipment and everything, close to 600 tons of stone.
Steve Ehrenberg spent the past 20 years building customers' pools before getting around to this for his family. There's every imaginable pool feature, including a water slide rivaling the theme park variety. You can have one of these for at least $300,000 plus upkeep.
We estimated this at about $600 a month with the water and the electrical and the chemicals and the maintenance.
Ehrenberg now has a customer in the Caribbean who wants a palatial pool, but 1.5 times bigger than this one. Ironically, Ehrenberg has been in the pool only twice, and the second time was to make mechanical adjustments. However, charities and entertainment producers want to get in the swim of using this watering hole for fundraisers and movies. So just how large is this pool? Well, according to pool industry officials, this is the most elaborate residential swimming pool in the world. How about that? I think we need to try it out. In Santa Clarita, Gail Anderson, Channel 5 News at 10. Are you ready, Duncan?
Absolutely. It swims well.
Well, Gail certainly knows how to report on a hot day, doesn't she?
I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's a pretty...
We're coming up on 45 minutes past. We're coming up on 45 minutes past the hour. You've probably heard me say "gee whiz" countless times over the years, but few things have left me so submerged in awe as what has been built in Steve Ehrenberg's backyard. Having a swimming pool in California is not so unusual, but wait till you see the pool Steve built in his backyard. It's a monster piece.
It's summertime, 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 summertime.
For the 5 million Americans who own their own pools, there's nothing like a quick dip in their own backyard. $1,000 and 140,000 gallons of water, it's gone from this to this. Pool industry experts say this may be the most elaborate personal pool ever built. Steve's loaded it with beaches, bridges, and tunnels in the ground and underwater. And at night, the pool turns into a colorful light and water show. The pool has made some waves with Steve's name. Now, if we can just keep those darn cruise ships out of there.
Well, welcome back to the show. Joining us now is David Klostermann, the president of California Waterscape in Tarzana. And David specializes in turning backyards into fantasy playgrounds. David, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bob.
Now, David, this pool behind us obviously is more than an average backyard swimming pool. What do you call this?
This is called a waterscape. It involves much more than just a conventional pool. It has features built into it that you don't normally see in any other type of pool.
Now, what is it that makes California Waterscape unique compared to another pool manufacturer?
We manufacture our own product, and we design these type of pools to create a natural effect with the lighting, the landscape, and so it's something much more emotional.
Now, what's the first step that someone should do if they're wanting to build or plan a pool like this in their backyard?
Well, first we meet with them and we take them around and show them different types of pools that we've done in the area so that they can get a better idea of what we can create in their backyard by utilizing different types of strata formations or exfoliated type of rock. And then we sit down, we consult with them and see what kind of atmosphere we can create in their backyard.
Now, talking about this pool, now, is this real rock? I mean, it looks like real rock.
Well, no, it's manufactured with steel and gunite and different textures to simulate rock.
But how is it durability-wise? I mean, will this last as long as real rock?
It's actually more durable than real rock. You can't actually create these type of features with real rock. So this type of process is very specialized, and that's what we specialize in.
'Cause I was wondering, some of these boulders are so big, I was wondering how you got them in the backyard here.
Yeah, they're all made on site right here.
Okay, so then you couldn't build a pool out of real rock then like this?
No, absolutely no way.
Darn. What, you say after the design stage is a plan, I mean, does a person's backyard set some limitations to what they can build?
There's no limitations to imagination. We can create any type of effect, any kind of feature. It's what the client wants. We'll design it and we'll build it.
Now, does a certain type of backyard lend itself more to your imagination, like something like this?
This backyard here was just 3 walls and a dirt ground, and look what we did here. So there is no limitation. We can create a water feature anywhere.
So this was a flat backyard when you started? Huh?
This is just dirt right here.
Okay. Now, what are some of the other amenities here? I know over here I see a grotto, or what did you call this?
This is a swim-up bar. It has some stools, and it has a barbecue, a sink, refrigerator, soda machine, ice maker, has little benches and a little table, and
so you can see people in the water or in the grotto itself, and It's great for entertaining, obviously.
Swim right up and get served.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, what else?
We have a beach walk entrance over here with a little rock on the end for kick turning, and we have...
Is this a jacuzzi or spa here?
That's the jacuzzi with a cave grotto.
So you got a waterfall going into the spa.
Right. And it has a TV and drinking fountain. And here we have a pool grotto. And
another waterfall. Well, there's like 4 or 5 waterfalls in all, I mean, around the pool.
Yeah.
And here, this looks great. This is a slide.
This is a water slide.
That's phenomenal. Well, I tell you, David, I wish I was dressed to enjoy this kind of pool, but I think we have somebody who is about to enjoy the slide. Here he comes. Well, how about now, this pool, this waterscape is built in a pretty good-sized backyard, as we mentioned earlier. What do you do for the individual who's got a small yard and doesn't have this much room?
Well, Bob, we have a job not too far from here on Westlake Island, and we made use of a very small yard and created a very fantastic effect. Maybe we can go see that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, we've moved over to Westlake Village now, another job site of David's, where he's created a beautiful waterscape here in the front. This is beautiful. Now, explain this fountain to us.
This is a entry waterfall. It's on its own separate system. It has lights and little cascades and like a grotto effect. And it came out, as you can see, pretty nice.
Oh, it looks gorgeous. And it's here in the front of the house, so they get this when they come into the entry of the house.
Exactly.
Now, does this connect to a pool in the back?
Yes, it does.
So there's a pool in the back. Now, how do we get back there?
Well, right this way, right here.
We're going to go over or what?
Well, actually, just pull
This is
here.
a gate?
This is a door.
Oh, my God. This thing is heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Well, you've done it again, David. You created another great look. Now, obviously, this pool is a lot smaller than the first one we looked at. But what are the special features of this pool now?
Well, as you can see, it is a very small yard. And but we have a very fantastic look here because we still have the grottos and the waterfalls and the rockwork and the decking. But here we had a big challenge because it was really
It's a rather small backyard, obviously.
Very condensed. And,
But you put a barbecue pit in. This is above ground here.
Above ground and a recirculating stream, and you know, it just has a real subtle effect.
Now, how about the lighting on this one?
The lighting, we did a special lighting here. We did what's called mercury vapor lighting. Gives it a moonlight effect. And the shadows through the trees and the uplights and the lights to light the statues came out really nice.
Sounds great. Now, David, how about the maintenance with this type of rock or stonework? Does it require anything above and beyond normal pool maintenance?
No, actually it requires less maintenance because the way we do our rock work with the special latex paints, it doesn't have the mineral content that real rock has, and algae loves to attack the minerals.
So really less maintenance overall, huh?
Less maintenance overall.
Fantastic. Well, I've got to ask, who did you create this backyard fantasy for?
This was done for John and Idell Levy. John is the president here on the island, on Westlake Island, and he's a real nice guy.
Terrific. Well, I think I'm sure they enjoy it. And David, I want to thank you for being on our show today, and thank you for bringing our backyard fantasies to life.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. And we also want to thank David and Marcia Matchett from Matchett